Celebrated animal rights activist and chimpanzee expert Dr. Jane Goodall has died. She was 91. She's being remembered this morning as a tireless advocate for the protection and restoration of the natural world.
Dr. Goodall was best known for her 65-year study of chimpanzees in the jungles of Tanzania, though later in life she became a global advocate for human rights, animal welfare and environmental protection. Let's go straight to London, where our Europe correspondent Elias Clure is across all the details for us. Good morning to you, Elias. Can you tell us why she was considered such a pioneer?
Good morning to you guys. Well, I think this word can often be overused, hyperbole, but I don't think we're overstating things when we describe Dr. Jane Goodall as a legend. It was in 1960 when she made the groundbreaking discovery of a chimpanzee fashioning a stick in sort of a tool that allowed it to fish termites out of a mound. Now, until then, it was considered only humans were smart enough to perform such a task, and that was almost intrinsic to humanity, this idea of man being the toolmaker. But of course, this revelation from Jane Goodall changed all of that. It made us question that idea. What she did was really immerse herself in the life of chimpanzees, learning their behaviours, learning almost how they communicated with each other. She believed that she could communicate with them, and these discoveries continued over decades. In 1965, she was on the cover of National Geographic, and over the course of several decades, she continued to make these discoveries. So what she did was really bring us, the public, into this world that had never been seen before.
An incredible career, Elias, but her pathway to making that career and achieving all those feats, it wasn't always easy.
It wasn't, Catherine, and she was in her early 20s when she began to tell people that she wanted to go to the African jungle and live with chimpanzees. Now, she didn't have a scientific background. People laughed at her, and she saved up enough money. She didn't have enough money to go to university, so she saved up enough money to get a boat from the UK to Kenya, where she met the right people. She got in touch with the right scientists who encouraged her to go to Tanzania, where she eventually set up one of the longest ever studies of chimpanzees. But there was a lot of scepticism in the beginning. Here's a young woman in a world that many people told her she didn't belong. But in 2011, she told our very own Lee Sales that it was her mother that spurred her on.
I put a huge amount down, anything I've done that I feel a bit proud of, to the wise way that I was raised by my mother. She was extraordinary. The support she gave me as a child, when everybody laughed at my dream of going to live with animals in Africa, she didn't. She would say, if you really want something and you work hard and you never give up, you find a way.
And guys, even after Dr. Jane Goodall had gained significant fame and recognition for her discoveries and her studies of chimpanzees, she realised about 30 years into her career that she couldn't protect the animals she loved without urging and advocating for their protection. So she began to become this very outspoken, very storied advocate and naturalist, and spent really decades being a staunch speaker and proponent and advocate for the protection of their natural habitat. And I guess she died doing what she loved. She died in California on what was a speaking tour that she was on across the United States. So a tireless advocate to the very end.